There's a reason that intermittent fasting has built up such a good reputation. You know, we see diets come and we see diets go, but the one that seems to have been very consistent without being a diet is intermittent fasting. And there's very good reason for that, because it has so many benefits. And so over the next few days, we're going to look at some of those benefits. And one of the biggest, the reason most people come into intermittent fasting is something that troubles us so much. As we've gone into our 50s and we move along, what has become one of our biggest challenges? Weight loss, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss. It's not like when we were younger where we would just lose a few pounds. It's not like that. I'm speaking to everybody who knows, who's picked up those few pounds. And intermittent fasting has really been of a lot of benefit to our age group. Our bodies don't work the same as younger people's. Our hormones have changed, and it's actually a lot of impact on our body has happened because of the removal or the diminishing of our hormones. And so we need to look at new ways of doing things, and intermittent fasting has really consistently come up at the top of the weight loss charts. Now, the basis of weight loss, and I'm sure you know this, I'm not telling you anything new, is calories. A calorie is simply a unit of measurement. Other units of measurement are a centimeter, or a meter, or an inch, or a yard. Those are units of measurements. In terms of size, you get a cup if you're measuring flour, or you may have a little teaspoon if you're measuring salt or spices. In the same way, the word calorie, it's not a magic word, it's just a unit of measurement. And it measures the kind of energy that we get from food. So we can say that we are burning up energy, we are burning up so many calories by using them up, or we're taking in energy, we're taking in calories. And those calories are the units of measurement of that food that is going to go into your mouth, it's going to go into your digestive system, it's going to get converted into fuel. Fuel is what allows our body to keep going. Fuel from food is what gives us energy to keep moving, to keep breathing, for our hearts to keep beating. I just hit the microphone. I hope they didn't bang too much, sorry. So that is what calories are. And there's a lot of talk. You'll hear this a lot. You'll see it a lot on the internet. There's an in and an out when it comes to calories. So say, for example, you're eating, pick something, a piece of cake. Yum, we love cake. Cake comes in, and it brings with it a whole lot of calories. It brings with it a whole lot of units of energy. It gets digested, and now your body is ready to go. What happens to that energy that's built up in your body? Well, you can either work it off, calories out. So you've heard of calories in, calories out. That's when you're working it off. If you don't work it off, if you just go and have your cup of tea and your piece of cake, and you spend the rest of the day on the couch, then you're not going to be using up any of those calories, and they will then become stored in your body for the next time that you need them. How do they get stored? There's a chemical process which I'm not going to explain now because I'll do that in a different video. but there's a chemical process within your body that allows excess energy to get stored in various parts of our body, and if that isn't used yet, if that's not required yet, guess where it goes? Yep, that's where it goes. It's very sad for us in our over 50s age group, because once that starts happening, it's so hard to get rid of it. I'm preaching to the converted, aren't I? All right, so if we had used up those calories, and if we had been able to exercise them off, the cake came in, the cake calories went out, then we wouldn't have a problem. But we are a lot more sluggish, we have slowed down, and it does take a bit more effort to burn up what you've eaten. So now, how does intermittent fasting help with weight loss? It's so simple, and what I'm going to talk about today is the most fundamental part. There's a lot more for us to go, I promise you, but the most simple to understand, or the most obvious principle is, for example, you've decided you're going to stop eating at, pick something. The other day we used 7 p.m. in one of our previous videos. We used 7 p.m. as the cut-off time of your eating window. 7 p.m. comes and now it's your fasting time. Now, before you started with intermittent fasting, you may have sat down in the evening, you've had your dinner, you've cleaned up, you're sitting in your chair, in your easy chair at night. You could be having a glass of wine or a beer, or if you are more prone to sweetness, you could be having a little dessert, or maybe even a little chocolate, or maybe a whole box of chocolates. I've been there. I still struggle to not go there. So I'm not pointing fingers. I'm there. So all those calories that you would have normally put into your mouth after 7 p.m., you're not going to be having those. So this is the first easiest to understand part of how intermittent fasting can have an impact on your weight management. You're not going to be sitting on the couch for an extra 3 hours bored, or in the habit of watching TV and getting up and getting a snack. A lot of this is habit related. Now you're not going to be doing that. You're going to be sitting there having a glass of water or a black tea, unsugared, maybe a herbal tea. No calories in that, because you are in your fasting window. And so you'll automatically start with a weight reduction because you're having less calories. As I say, there are more principles involved, and we will talk about them later, but let's just start off with the simple stuff. And this is how intermittent fasting can help you to control your weight and hopefully even to lose some weight. And that is it. If you followed, you've done well, because it's not always an easy concept to understand. Please leave some comments. Tell us what it is that you are trying to gain, what benefits you are trying to gain from intermittent fasting. And I will be back and we'll be talking about more benefits in some of the next videos. In the meantime, thank you for coming, thank you for listening to me, and I hope you'll be back tomorrow for day 6 of our intermittent fasting challenge. Have a great day. From Doreen. Bye.